Sharkie Game here. So today we'll take a look at the Sammy keyboard pad mini. So as you can see, it's basically a controller that has a keypad attached to it. So you've got your normal sticks, you've got your D-pad, and you've got your normal buttons here, you've still got your start and select and your analog, and then of course you have your keypad down the bottom here. And as you can see from it, these keys are so tiny. They are really tiny. I mean, your finger takes up probably multiple keys. You'd have to pretty much use your nail or the very end of your finger to actually press them. And they're very soft keys as well, so it's easy to accidentally press multiple at a time. So really tiny keys. You'd have to be very tiny fingers to use them. Basically on the other side as well, you have a grip. So this is like almost like a matte, soft kind of finish. You've got your grip, and of course you've got your normal trigger buttons as well. Now, as you notice, this is really bright red, and the top here it says basically Modellista US tuned, and I think that's how you pronounce it. Basically, this version of the Sammy keyboard pad mini is the red version, which is the Modellista like special edition, you could say, the branded edition of that game. Modellista, I think it's pronounced, is basically a Japanese game made by Capcom, and it's actually a racing game. And the stylistic part of the game was that the cars were more like cartoony, drawn type look, so it was more of a different type of style the way they've made the game. The original version was the one that was released in Japan. They tried to sort of draw in the US ones by making a second version called US tuned, and that's where they've made this controller. They made this the red branded version to try and get more attention to not only the controller but also to the game as well. Now, the reason it has a keypad and it's also branded a racing game was because a huge portion of that game was actually focused on the online. So it was online racing. I think it was up to about 8 players if I remember correctly, and you could then type and talk while you were racing as well. So they actually focused this purposely on that particular game. Now you can also get a black version of the controller, so instead of having the Modellista logo there, it just says Sammy at the top. Otherwise it's just completely black. There is no other difference other than that. Personally, I like the red one better. It's more brighter, looks a bit nicer, and yeah, I really like the kind of branded red version better. Now to plug it into your connection, you have your standard PlayStation plug for your gamepad, and you've got a USB plug for your keyboard. So you do have to plug 2 things in to get both the gamepad and the keyboard working. But overall, it's a very cool controller. It works really well. Like I said, the only probably downside is that the keys are really tiny, really tiny. But then, you know, it's meant to all be, it's a full-size keyboard fitted on that big, so it's quite an achievement to make it that small and fit a huge full-size keyboard into a gamepad. But they did it. The Japanese did it. But yeah, so overall, really cool controller. If you are, like, if you ever played Modellista and you'd like that, then maybe this might be something to look at. Overall, the Sammy pad can be used for online games, all types, you know. You can use anything, SOCOM, all the online games on PS2, anything you basically want to type on, you can use this as a normal chat pad. So that's a really upside of it. Now, these controllers are very rare, so if you are lucky to find one, then you are basically very lucky. Either the black or the red, both of them are very hard to find, and some sellers ask for a ridiculous amount for them. I was lucky with this one. I found it and it was listed under the wrong thing, and I got a bargain price for it. But most of the times you will see these at ridiculously high prices. But if you can pick it up, then by all means get it at a good price. If you do get a price, it's around $20 to $30, which is quite a decent price. The sellers that are ridiculous usually are asking over $100 or something ridiculous for it. But overall, very cool controller. Really nice coloring. I sort of like the red. I like the red way better than the black version, and of course it's very functional with the keypad, except downside, really tiny. Sort of need really tiny fingers to go along with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Sharkie Game. I'll have heaps more controller and accessory reviews up shortly. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you like it, leave a comment down below if you feel like it, and thanks again for watching, guys.